All right. Good deal. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Big waves to you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. So, a lot of people on today, and I know it's high noon Central Time, 11 and out Mountain Time Zone, 1 o'clock Eastern. But I wanted to do this chalk talk session. It's going to be a little bit different today. Okay, it's going to be a little more geared um, into I'm trying to see how to put this in perspective. I'm glad we got some great leaders on today that maybe could jump in and add some light to us. Um, I know Tracy Turnberg's on, so maybe we can make Tracy a co-host. Andrew, anybody, but so one of the things that I'm personally really I've done this numerous times in my career, okay, of network marketing. And so it's like um, if I were to look at Mac and go, Mac McDaniel, and go, when you were in the military, was there any tough moments of the military, right? And I already know the answer. Like Mac would go, yes, a lot of tough moments, Brent. So because if you don't know, Mac was in um, he served our country with the Marine Corps, and we appreciate your service, sir, as well as others on this call that served our country. But um, there's when you're going through this is a profession, it's a job, it's a or not a job, it's a profession, it's a career, and so I always have to steer myself into looking from time to time, going, okay, when I don't even want to use the word rocky road. I just want to use when there's transition, when there's things happening, then I want to dive into, okay, what's the skill set that I need to get through this? I'm listening to an audio right now. I don't know that I love it, but I'm listening to an audio in early morning when I work out called Winning. Winning. It's a guy that actually trained Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. If you've been on any of my little um, on my other things, and there's some things that I kind of, it's okay if you push back with what you read, right? So I'm listening, and there's things I like, there's things I don't. But one of the things that I agree with is winning, success, staying the course is such a mental game. It's a mental game because you can talk yourself out of anything. Like you can let your mental ability go either way, from a positive side to the negative side. And so what dove into is really, okay, Brent, between these 2 ears, when there's transition, and if you're on here this morning, I'm going to assume, or today, that we're all trying to just get better at this profession. Is that okay to agree? We're just trying to take network marketing and get better. And this is a tough chalk talk session because you got people that's just getting started. You got people that's grown a business. You got people like Tracy Turnberg's been in the industry for 28 years. Arlene, I mean, we got a lot of different people from all walks of life that get on this Zoom. But I'm just going to assume that, hey, I'm quitting is never an option for me in this profession. I'm going to be in it to the day I die. So why don't I just become a professional with it and figure out, I was talking to Matt McDaniel yesterday, and he was talking about, he's been in the industry for, I'm going to say 40 years. Maybe he can shake his head at me. I think it's somewhere around 40 years that he has done network marketing and been in the industry. So here's some things, and just so you know where my headspace is and where I'm going. So recently we had an announcement, and more is going to come out, to my knowledge. I'm not corporate, okay? Always remember that with me. I'm not corporate. I am you. I am the field, right? I'm just an advocate for the field. I'm always so if you see me at corporate, it's because I'm probably shouting and standing on chairs like for us in the field, right? Because I'm selfish for us. But we're going through some transition. I don't care if you're in Amway or if you're in this company or that company or any company in business, you stay in it long enough, there's going to be transition. I came from the coaching world. There's transition in the coaching world. And so that's why last week I wanted to be at corporate. I wanted to go there. I wanted to ask questions. And so there's going to be some communication coming out this week for all of our brand partners, all of you, to be able to look at, listen to, and read, because, the things that I look at, and I've got, I hope this helps you today. The things I look at when I look at a company, okay? Now, there's a lot of things we're fighting for right now. Fighting shouldn't be the word I use. A lot of the things that we're being an advocate for right now is things like a restitution program for the brand partners. I don't know what that looks like, but we're being an advocate for that right now. Now, Tracy, jump in at any point if you want to slap me during this session. Like you're like, no, Brent, you spoke wrong.
Can I just jump in and slap you?
Can I jump in and slap too?
Wow. How about? Well, okay.
No.
So,
but I want you all to know that Coach always has your businesses in mind. I sat next to him in all these meetings at this last week and spent countless hours in a car, and every discussion was not about me, my. It was about the team and the brand partners in the organization. And that is the only focus that we have, is where that comes from. So everything that Brent is saying here is 100% truly authentic, and he's not saying it to spin it. He is fighting and he is advocating for the better of the team, not himself. And so I want to make that very clear, that anything that Coach is saying, it's not to manipulate things for himself or for a select few. It's about doing right in what is right. And that's where he's always focused. So Coach, with that, I appreciate everything you do for everybody out there.
No, Tracy, thank you. And it's great to have a like Tracy we're so much aligned and it's kind of crazy, because we come from different families. Obviously he's been in the industry a lot longer. He's older than me, by the way. But the thing about it is, he too, like, we communicate so much, and sometimes he comes at me and goes, but look at this perspective. Look at it from a different angle. He did this to me last night, actually. And I'm like, you know what? That's a great perspective. I didn't think about it that way. And so it's great to have somebody to bounce ideas with. Andrea argues a lot with me, and then I walk away and I'm upset a lot. And I come back because, you don't like being told, look at it from a different, or maybe you're not right on this. So it's always good. I call Tammy Montby a lot, right? And I talk with Tammy and I get some thoughts, and she goes, maybe let's go here, or you're about to have a conversation, Brent, here. So, hey, listen, take it in, listen. It's okay to listen first. And so I just appreciate the camaraderie. That would probably be my first clue today. Have someone, find someone right now that you can work 2 by 2 with, even if they're not in your line of business, but they have the same degree of focus for the future. Notice I didn't go partner, I don't go talk to people that are negative about where we're going. I know Tracy Turnberg is focused on the future. He's focused on growth. He's focused on a mindset of, I am going to literally die in this industry being an advocate of this profession of network marketing. And that's who I want to surround myself with. And so I'm kind of setting the stage for where we're at. So, and just so you know, because I don't want to leave it, you go, well, Brent, since we don't have a company name yet, since we're in transition, are you waiting? Because all of you have a choice. You can wait to build a business, or you can just go now, move forward. The choice is yours, like you are your own boss. But the thing that I look at that you might want to ask yourself the same question is I look at this in a company, okay? So right now, your company that you've got, can you see that, or is that too?
Sit.
Okay, the company that you've got, I look and I go, okay, products. Do we have products that work, right? Okay, that make a difference? Yes or no? Maybe put it in the chats or raise your hand. You know we do. Like we have the best products in the world. Like I mix Limu 5X and Tahitian Noni every day. I mix it. I want both. I'm like, okay, vegetable of the sea and a fruit from the tree. You can't go wrong if you just do both, right? It's like God put them there. I know the results of Tahitian Noni. I've read them. I see them. I don't want to do without it. I know what I've lived in Limu. So I mix them both together. Renew, a dang game changer. It's like I tell everybody I'm a two guy. Like I do one in the morning, 30 minutes before I go to bed. You do not have to do that, by the way. Okay. But disclaimer there. But I got approval from Deanna that absolutely it's okay if you do that. And I'm like if I could stop eating ice cream and pizza, I can already tell like leaning up, more endurance. Like I have that in my life now. Like it's unbelievable. So products, there's a check mark, a big check mark with this company, right? So if you're looking at companies and you go, okay, do we have executives? Okay. And I go, do we have executives? Not only do we have executives here with this company, we've got years and years of experience in executives with these companies. Okay. True or not?
True.
Is Deanna been around the industry? Like if she's worked any time? Yeah. Well, what about John? Absolutely. Like, so I go through the list. Cameron Bott, you seen him on the call last night. Like experience. So that's what I look for. I look for a system. In 2022, which is where we live right now, do we have a system for this company? The answer is yes. We got a system that the system of growth, people are starting to go, okay, how can we get this in an email campaign? Right, Arlene? How can we do this thing on social media? How can we, Ashley Paulson, create boards that helps us grow just as extra tools to go along with the system? But the system is so simple, it's so duplicatable, and we're going to be able to expand on it for years to come. So what does a system do? It gets people paid. Quick cash. You want to know when I send a leader into the office, they want to know what system are we running? How do we get people paid fast? Quick cash. We got that system. And then the last is paychecks. Like I want to know, do we pay bi-weekly, once a month? Like what? Oh, we pay every month here. Every week here. Okay. So all these check marks, I'm going, okay, we're sitting here. Here's where we're at. And then I go over here and I go, we asked, Tracy was there. Andrea was there. I said, is it safe to say we're a $300 million debt-free, and we're going to create a name that the world does not know. So name is unheard of in the world. And Tracy, correct me if I'm wrong, but they said absolutely 100%. That can be shared.
100%.
And so I'm going here, guys, and I'm going check mark, check mark, check mark, check mark here. I don't have to wait, because I know if I make a sale today, I'm going to get paid for that sale. I know if you make a sale today, you're going to get paid for that sale. My system of growth is going nowhere. My products are going nowhere. Like this is not hype. This is just, if I was going to leave, I'm not, disclaimer, but if I was going to leave and go to somewhere else, I would sit down with the owners and go, show me your products. What is the executive status? Like as far as knowledge in the industry, what kind of system do you have? Where does the paycheck stand in the fact of how quick can we get our people paid? Do you realize with the system of growth, we get people paid daily with that system? Tracy, any other thing, and you might come in and go, what else would you ask for?
Yeah, the only thing that I would point out that you have to be successful here is timing. Timing is key. And right now, I think that's the thing that within the system of growth, but right now it's basically this new beginning. What you wrote off to the right there, a $300 million debt-free company that, yeah, we don't have a name yet, but it's like, guys, that's the exciting, fresh, new part. Like we all have this knowledge in our head, and we trust the products. We like the comp, we love the comp plan. We know the executive. It's all there. Now it's the timing for us to be able to go share. And right now could not be a more perfect time to be able to relaunch your business. If you're not in build and create right now, it's a perfect time to relaunch and get back to that mode, because we're in this concentration phase, Coach. Well, if you want, I could share my screen and kind of go through the stages if you want, Coach. But
yeah, I know I do want you to, but because to answer your question about timing, and this is not. I'm laughing now because me and Mac had a long conversation yesterday, and I really appreciate the conversation. This is not hype. This is actually like what you would look for. But if you're in a company for 20 years or 15 years or 12 years, you got to at times in that company go back to the drawing board, just like you would if you were a coach coaching a team, and go, where do we stand right here 10 years into the deal? And you might go, man, we're good at products, we're good at executives, we stink at systems. And go, hey, we got to make that better. We got to make that better. So you're always self-evaluating in this industry, just like you would at any profession. I mean, Mac's a photographer. 10 years of photography, you got to probably self-evaluate and go, do I need to change my lens? Do I need to buy a new camera? Do I need to up my game? So you got to do the same thing here. But what Tracy's saying is timing is so big, and I'm glad he brought that up, because what I'm trying to get you to see is right now, I hope this window around this name that's yet to come, I hope we extend it. I hope we extend it. So I hope you can follow me on this when I go, I hope we don't know who we are, or at least we kind of not drag it, but peak interest from a company standpoint. Because then, Mac, I can look at my people in Florence, Alabama and go, listen, here's what I can guarantee you. We're a $300 million debt-free company. We're about to launch a name. And I want to talk to you because you could be one of the people that start this thing with me with the new launch of the name or with the company. Like, we've got products. We can start right now. We don't have to wait. But you're going to start and be one of those founding people under this new name that comes out of the ground. For the people that's willing to create and build, that's the opportunity. And Tracy's going to show you something in just a second, but this is not to brag on me, but this is to tell you, like, I'm not blowing smoke when I say I know now is the time to create and build. So you can't read this, but I'm going to read it. I don't want you to think I'm telling you a story. This is a guy. There's his family. Here's what he sent me. This guy lives in Lubbock, Texas. His name's Brandon. He was wanting some information because he's seeing Renew on my Facebook page. And I said, hey, buddy, send me your number and I'll call you tonight. This is last night. He sends me his number. He said, I won't be home until 9. I said, perfect. I'll call you at 9. And so we get on the phone and I start talking to him and I share with him a little bit about Renew and HGH. I'm like, dude, this is a game changer. And I'm thinking I'm about to send him a 5-day trial. I'm like, listen, we got these cool 5-day trials. They're $25, $5 shipping. I'll get that out to you. You'll know in 5 days. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. Took me by the way, it was the easiest prospect call to do. And here's what he told me. Hey, it's not really just the product. I want to make some money. And I went, whoa. So guess what we got tonight? 8 p.m., got a Zoom with Brandon, 8 p.m., and he is stoked. So stoked that at 11:30 this morning, he said, are you going to send me that Zoom link? Are we still good for tonight? Do I know this guy? No. Lubbock, Texas. He's a friend of mine on social media somehow. And here we go. Just because I'm putting something out there. So I tell you that, not to brag on me, but to say, this is what I need to know in order to go, you know what? This thing that Tracy's talking about, it's like catching lightning in a bottle. There's companies, Tracy openly admits he missed the momentum stage of Tahitian Noni. And he has made tens of millions of dollars. But he missed that 6-7 year kaboom stage that's hard to describe. And here's what I know from the industry and studying, being a student of the game and student of the industry, this timing period is hard to find. But when you find it, and it happens, it's undescribable what takes place. So Tracy, maybe, I know you're about to screen share something, and I'm going to mute while you screen share, and I got to run just right next door, and I'll be right back.
All right, I'll stall till you get back, Coach. All right. So hey everybody. So here's the thing that we're talking about timing, and this is what's so critical about timing, because every business, every opportunity has 4 stages. The first stage is formulation, and that's where people come together with an idea, they come together with a product. They kind of do all the work. And now, for our perspective, obviously, as a company, we formed. But as a system, we formulated this over the last 4 or 5 months, right? A huge collaborative effort. You all know the story there. Because the next stage is called concentration. This is where we get enough like-minded people that are coming in, that are getting together, and you kind of get that. You always see it in a movie where you get this little ball of energy that kind of builds up and it builds up, and it comes to this explosion. Well, that's that concentration stage. Now, everybody has these 4 stages: the company, Brent Palmer, Tracy Turnberg, and all the way down to the brand new brand partner. We all have our own stages that we're going through in the concentration stage. And then this is where a small group comes together. Then you enter what's called the momentum phase. And that's where you start growing at an incredible rate. And then you get into that final stage, which is stability. And the stability, that's where your true residual wealth generational income comes into play. That's where you've got this solid customer base and brand partners and leaders in your organization that just, whether it's $1,000 a month or $10,000 a month, it just consistently comes in because it's out there. Well, right now, right now with Renew, and especially right now with the company's overarching newness, if you will, coming out of the situation, we're in this concentration phase. And if we all just come together the way that we're coming together, and we put energy behind the Renew system of growth, specifically for me, that's me and my team, behind the Renew system of growth in this concentration phase, there's untold growth and momentum that can take place between concentration and momentum. And so you're right. If I could draw my screen, you're right above the word concentration right now. That's where we are placed in position. So the timing of where we're at could not be better. Now, honestly, that is not a hype statement. It's a fact. If you just sit back and think about it, logically, you can show where we're at. Like, okay, that makes sense. We've got a bunch of good core people and we're building this energy. You can feel it. If you've been working the Renew system of growth, you feel how this energy is coming, that we're getting testimonies on the system, not even the product anymore. People now are just talking about the system. I did a small group training Zoom yesterday on the system, and Mary Lynn I think it was 61 pounds that she's lost on Renew since October of last year. She's tried, the only thing she's added different is Renew into her life, and she's lost 61 pounds. Well, now she gets the system. She's ready to re-engage, and she's ready to get going. So yeah, we're building new people, but there's also, I think Dapo put into the comments that he had a former brand partner that reached out to him, bought a couple bottles of TNJ and Renew, right? That energy is there. The timing is there to be able to, because there's no reason right now for people to say no, because we're ticking the box of products, executives, compensation plan, system, and all come together with timing. We could not be more perfectly positioned for everything to happen.
You rocked that. That was perfect. And here's what I want you to say. When Tracy's saying that with the system, like 5-day trial, when we built and went into momentum with Limu, Sandy McFarland, you were there. This and Tahitian Noni I could have a bottle of T&J sitting right here. Tracy could say the same thing. Look, when we did this, look, take this away. This solved all the problems in the world. Oh my goodness, my psoriasis. Oh my goodness, mosquito bite. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't have this. I need energy. I need weight loss. It was, and literally T&J, like Tahitian Noni, Tracy, you could say the same thing. So now here's where me and Tracy are. We love this. He loves that. I love both of them. He loves both of them. Like, we're going to continue. But now this does everything. I need to lose weight. Okay. Here. I need to change my life. Here. I need to make money. Here. I need my psoriasis. Here. Do you get the mentality behind it? You go, well, Brent, does it do? It's unbelievable what it does. Yeah. But you got to have the belief that this is your tool that answers everything. Does that make sense? Like, wave your hand. It makes sense to me and Tracy. I want it to make sense to you. Listen, we don't get an extra kickback from us getting behind the Renew system of growth, but I do believe it's a game changer for you. So all this is check marked for you. People's asking me right now, comp plan, do they plan on that changing? No. The answer is no. Bill of Rights, only going to make it better. It will not change. Founders Club, only will make it better. It will not change. I could go through the list. I could go through the list of things that it's like, no, the owners said to us, no, not only that, we'll put it in writing. We just want to make it better. We don't want to change anything. We want to make it better for the brand partners. So this is where we're at factually, okay? Factually, dealing with facts. So the question is do you wait or do you go now? That's always the question. You know, I say 100,000% that Brent Palmer is going to move now. I don't know any other way than to show you that message. I don't know any other way than to tell you I'm having a Renew Experience party right here tonight. Andrea, is that right or wrong? It is right, right? So we're having it right here in my hometown. So if we get ahead of it and we start running, then we catch lightning in the bottle with momentum, and we are all in it together. Okay. Is there questions that you probably got right now? Sure, we'll get them answered. We don't discredit that any at all. But what I look at and what I'm going to share with you as we end, and I hope you got some value, you're getting some value from this, because I just wanted to take you into the mind of me, which can be a scary place sometimes. But I believe it's a mind of any leader in this industry. Tracy, you know, Andrea is thinking these thoughts. Tammy's thinking these thoughts. Robin, I mean, Arlene, like all of you are thinking these thoughts, but it's like, put them on paper, what you got your hands on. Don't just flow whichever way the phone rings. Latch on to somebody that's got a belief in the future and a belief in this industry. We're not perfect in this industry. We prove that every day. But it is a better way of doing business. It is a better way. In the fact that we can team up together, lock arms together, have each other's backs, believe in some products that are making a difference in the world, and go create finances for ourselves. Go create a lifestyle that we want. It's just a better way. And so anytime I start dealing in this, I go to this place I'm about to show you. Andrea, could you put it up? I'm gonna end with this. And it's really 6 rules for building a successful network marketing business. And I struggled with, I'm like, should I do this today or should I stay with the Renew system? And I'm like, I think I need to address this. I think I need to do this today because I hope this will add value to the way you think. Okay. Number one, this is what any successful networker would think right now. Strive for excellence, but avoid perfectionism. Okay? Strive for excellence, but avoid perfectionism. Andrea, if you take that down where I could see, or maybe I can see everybody. I like to see everybody. So we might have to go back and forth on screen share, which I know is always tough for you. So sorry about that. I got to see your faces. It's hard for me to talk when I can't see you, Lorna and Kathy. Here's what striving for excellence, but avoid perfectionism right now. A perfectionist person is going, I got to wait. But let's be honest. How many of you thought that in your mind? I'm just going to wait and see how things go before I actually step anymore. I'm going to kind of hold back a little bit. I challenge you to really think in your mind to continue to strive for excellence, but please avoid perfectionism. And here's what perfectionism is right now. Oh, we got to have everything together. We got to have it 100,000% together before I ever step. No. Excellence is doing the best you can with whatever you have. I just listed the facts of what you got. Having a spirit of excellence is the key to this deal. We're never going to be perfect. There's not a perfect company that exists, right? But if we all band together and go, look, we're striving for excellence, but not perfectionism, like we're not going to be perfect. There's only been one perfect person, Arlene. Isn't that right? And it's not you or me. So here's the deal. Quit trying to strive for perfection. You're never going to reach that. Strive for excellence. Excellence is looking at facts, which is what we just gave you, and then going, I'm making a decision to move. I'm making a decision to step and run. So if you worry about perfectionism, it's going to slow you down. It's going to slow your business down. It's going to waste precious time that you've got. Number 2, I'll put this up there. I'm going through all my notes, guys. Be grateful, but not desperate. Be grateful, but not desperate. And so here's what I want to say about that. Be grateful, but not desperate. Maybe you don't answer this. I'm losing my place here. I'm not asking you if you're a Donald Trump fan, but I want to go back to the facts of the matter. Donald Trump years ago was about $900 million in debt. $900 million that he was tied up in with the banking industry. But yet when he was filmed walking around New York City, he was filmed like there's historical footage of him during that time getting out, shoulders back, chest out, walking around. You would have never known he was $900 million in the red tape. So here's my thing this morning, not that you got to be like Donald Trump, but here's the thing. Has there been transition? I don't want to talk about the past. I want to move towards the future and talk about where we're going and what we're going to do and correct the things we need to correct from the past. But we don't stop right now. We go forward. We correct the things we need to correct from the past, which is some of the things we're working on behind the scenes. And we got to look and be grateful, because being grateful right now is me going, when I wake up in the morning going, man, we're going through some transition, but I tell you what, I'm so grateful for Sandy McFarland, for Diane Blue, Hill Blue, what they're doing with TikTok, what they're learning. I'm so grateful for Wanda. I'm so grateful for Anthony. I'm so grateful for Napoleon Jones that he'll get on a Zoom. Nick Pappas, like I told somebody yesterday, here's the funny thing about Nick Pappas and me. We could go into a story. We'll go storytelling one day. Like we've had some ups and downs, but I have the utmost respect for this man that I've never got the ability to extend my hand and shake his hand, but I will. We're going to get to see each other one day in person and give a big hug. But I want people that's willing to fight. I want people that's willing to like stand up for what they believe in. We're not always going to see eye to eye. But here's the thing, we can respect the differences and move ahead for the greater good of the people. And I have so much respect for you, Nick. But I wake up this morning going, man, I'm grateful Ed feels the need to get on this Zoom, because it's a volunteer army. Buffy Wallen, in between working and doing and growing a business, she's getting on. She's going to be at our party tonight. Christy Elliott, Wyoming, like we were there with her. I mean, she's doing something. She's taking action, her and Mark. And so I share all that with you to going back to be grateful when you get up in this morning. We got a $300 million debt-free company that will pay you on Friday. I promise. You make a move, they'll make a move with a paycheck. If I didn't believe that with all my heart, I wouldn't be saying it. That's why we went to corporate on Monday, sit at the table and said, we want answers. So here's a publication that came out of Harvard School, straight publication. It said it was proven by numerous studies that expressing gratitude is one of the sure ways to better yourself be a better person, and grow a bigger organization. Just gratitude, just waking up in the morning and going, thanks, Andrea Rosser. I'm so appreciative of what she does. Tammy Motley, I'm so grateful for what we've been through. So what does that mean? Joel Osteen said this: choosing to be positive and having a grateful attitude is going to determine how you are going to live your life. Are we going to be negative? Are we going to be staying in the past? Are we going to go, you know what? Here's where we're at. Here's where we're going. So grateful for you guys that are going with me. Number 3, be hungry, but not starving. Be hungry, but not starving. Okay? Here's what I mean by that. Entrepreneurs are ambitious dreamers. Like, you go sit with Tracy Turnberg, he's got dreams because he's an entrepreneur at heart. He's going to be an entrepreneur. He's not going to work for anybody because he's been bitten by that bug of having his own business. So the more hungry you are, the more effort you put in and the more results you get out. So I think right now we got to have like this individual conversation with ourselves in a room by ourselves to go, how hungry am I right now? Do I not need paychecks? Do I not need to grow my income? Do I not need to grow my wealth? Like, how hungry business-wise am I right now? I'm not just hungry, I'm hungry. Now that's a deeper hungry, okay? For all of you people in the South, that when you're hungry, like you are like, and so I'm hungry, really hungry to grow a business and to drive income and to make more income and to help other people make more income. Okay? Now, there's a big difference between hungry and starving. Like, starving is you're sending messages out there like you're desperate. Okay? We're not desperate. We're not begging people to come do this with us. If you were on the call today and go, I'm waiting, I'm not doing this right now, I'd go, it's okay. We love you. We love you. Keep staying healthy on your products. I don't think it's a great move to just sit there, but that's okay. I respect your opinion. We're not starving, but where are you at right now in regards to being hungry? Because that's the way entrepreneurs are thinking about this moment, okay? And then I just got a few more. Demand fast progress, but be patient. Success loves speed. You've heard that. Like, we got to go fast here. We got to run. I'm sorry, Andrea. We got to run promotions here. We got to, there's things that we will be doing. That's why I want like 90 days or more to be able to run fast and say, join me now. We're about to launch a new name. We're going. Come on. Right? Demand fast progress, but then be patient. And that's the hardest thing for any of us to do. I mean, it's hard for me to do, is to be patient, because right now the executives and the owners are putting together a plan for the future, not just the future over the next 3 years, but a future forever. Like, their mindset is forever. Like, they want to create a generational company. So we got to be patient with the plan that's put together, but not understand the difference between fast progress and being patient. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? Okay. The other one is work hard. Go ahead, Andrea. I'm sorry. I'll let you put it up. Work hard for goals, but be unattached to the outcome. So this is a serious one for me. Thanks, Andrea, for that. Here's what I declare to you. I don't care where you come in at right now. If you're somebody that goes, I come in, I got 200 brand partners with me right now. Good for you. Let's go. But you might be coming in right now going, you know what? I had 10 and now it's just me. It's okay. It's okay. That's your story. Like, that's your story you're going to share from stage one day. And that's part of your book. Right? So I say that to go, work hard for the goals that we want. I'm talking to myself. Like, hey, Brent, I'm coming at you. This is straight talk. I have less in my organization today, if we want to talk about the I's, than I had 5 years ago. But I've got goals of where I'm going. So I got to go, I'm going after these goals for that boy that was standing in this room just a little bit ago that's calling me dad. I got goals for him. I got goals for me, and I got goals for us. So those goals, I got to focus in on, and that's why I'm doing the party here tonight. That's why I'm talking to Brandon in Lubbock, Texas tonight at 8:00. I got to detach from the outcome. I got to quit going, oh my gosh, I used to be this and now I'm this. And I don't, well, I'm not going to get back to that until I detach from that outcome and focus on the daily action that's going to get me there. And for me, the daily action is, how many of these am I putting into the universe right now? That's what it is for me. Why? Because that's just pretty simple to be able to judge. I know I'm going to get them on this once they get in, and T&J and all MOA and all the other products. But this is the gateway to judging my business right now. Because if I put these in the hands of the people all across, then we're going to grow. And the outcome will take care of itself. I'll be bigger than I ever was. I'll be bigger than I ever was in this industry. And so that's my focus. And then the last one is grow your own business, but do not be selfish. Okay? That's the last one. Grow your own business, but don't be selfish. Listen, I believe that you've got to fight to reach your dreams. I just think it's a fight. It's a fight to the finish. Not many people make it to it, but it's a fight. Like it's almost ordained that there's going to be obstacles to get to our dreams. We're going to have to sacrifice. We're going to have to work for it. We're going to have to make decisions along the way. But I hope and pray that I never stop dreaming. Because to me, that's what makes this life tick. I hope to be, good Lord willing, I hope to be in my 80s one day focusing on what it looks like to be 100 and still be trying to go after that dream, right? And I hope along the way, I focus in on growing my business, taking action, not listening to the naysayers, not listening to the people that says, oh, that thing's in the past. You should come join us over here because we got it figured out. I stay focusing on growing my business, talking to the next person that doesn't know what we got our hands on. But I'm not selfish. I pray that I'm not selfish. And what does that mean to me? What it means to me is, on the not selfish, is right now we've all got an opportunity to add value to what we're sitting in. And here's what I'm asking you to do. We're all unique. We all have different skill sets. Find the value that you are and go give it to this opportunity and to the people, right? Maybe you're a moderator of Zooms. Go be the best moderator of Zooms for the people. Maybe you're somebody that sends out like you're trying to promote events. Go be the best promoter of events for this opportunity that you can be. Maybe you're somebody that goes, you know what? I make apple crack. If anybody knows what that is, like I dehydrate apples. When I heard apple crack, I'm like, what does the crack mean? I mean, is that like crack, like drug crack? So anyway, I still don't know that, but it's called apple crack, but it's dehydrated apples and they're delicious. But if that's you and that's you, how can you do that to serve? Because we've got something special here. And if we're all just decide, hey, I'm not going to be selfish with my talents. I'm going to go grow selfishly because of the goals I want to attain. But it's a proven fact that if you'll lay off and say, you know what, but here's where I'm not going to be selfish. I'm not going to be selfish with my God-given ability that God landed on me. And I'm going to go serve others with that, serve others with that, serve others with that. Because if you serve, everything will land in place. And right now, what we need is a lot of service people. We need a lot of service people locking arms, helping each other, supporting each other, loving on each other, and going. And when doubt creeps in, when somebody calls you with a negative call, you go back to the drawing board and you go, whoop, whoop, I got to get some belief here. And you go, okay, we'll go back to drawing board. Why is it worth it? Because we got products and they're amazing. We got executives, they got experience. We got systems that make quick money. We got paychecks that land for people every Friday when the world is wanting paychecks to help them from Friday to Friday. We got the timing because nobody knows our name, including you. So we got the timing of lightning in a bottle to share to the world. And we got all these things lined up. So if we go serving, if we go helping, if we go loving, if we go taking care of each other, is it easier to start a new company with one person with a vision to grow, or is it easier to start a new company with literally thousands and thousands of people around the world that get tied into a vision of supporting one another, and then we go, look what we got. Let's go. Let's go. That's where I believe in my heart we're at. That's why we are moving. And Andrea, maybe that's why next week I will be back in Utah with a lot of you, right? And we're going to love on each other, take care of each other, go to the company, listen to the owners, listen to the executives, have our conversations, because I value your partnership, Matt. I value your partnership, Diane, Sandy, Wanda, all of you, Karen. And so I want you to hear from people other than us. I want you to hear from, as they say in the South, the horse's mouth on where we're going, what the future looks like, and that we're going to do it together. And I'll tell you this, I like being the underdog. I just love it. People always ask me when I was a coach, like, why do you coach such slow teams? They're slow, they're unathletic, and I'm like, just keep adding them up, because that creates the underdog. And so when you wonder, when we walk out of the stadium and we beat your butt, it's fun to be. So when I get the calls from people around the industry, it's like, oh, we're so sorry for what I'm like, I'm going to write their name down. I'm going to remember them. Check mark. I'm going to remember them, because 2 weeks ago, they wasn't worried about me. So here's the thing. I like being this person, but at the end of the day, I have to have these conversations with myself, because that's fact. This is fact. What I just shared with you in what an entrepreneur thinks about when growing a network marketing business, that's facts by the best in the industry. And if you get your head around the facts, then here's what it tells you. The facts tell you to move, to move, to move now, to go take this out. Detach from the outcome and focus on what you can do today, tomorrow, the next day. Set your own goals for where you're going. Don't be selfish with your talents. Find a way to serve. And let's go do this together. Guys, I hope this added value to you. I thought a lot about what I wanted to do today. Tracy, thank you so much for always coming in and sharing, giving your time, and Andrea as well. Any parting comments? Anything?
You know, Brent, the only thing I could say is, number one, you were absolutely on point. Everything you said today, I will stamp it, approve it, send it off. It was amazing. You know, and we get in this point that people start reaching out to you, and I love this industry, but sometimes the industry can turn a little dirty. And I got a $100,000 a month earner, friend of mine in the industry. And he sent me this message yesterday. He said, "Hey, how you doing? Checking in." He goes, "Literally everyone goes through a season where they could be out of business tomorrow." And he lists about a dozen different companies: Tesla, Isagenix, Network Marketing, Apple, all these companies. He said the true test is how they bounce back from it, just like us leaders in the field. And then I had another leader, another industry trainer who's been a friend of mine for 30 years. Who's quoted, he goes, "Join a company that has problems and never quit, because all companies have problems." And that's where we're at. But the timing here could not be more perfect for us to be able to go build. And I hope everyone that's on the Zoom today is out in Utah next week. If you can be there, I think it's going to be one of those moments you're going to look back. And remember in 2022, Coach, in October, when we flew out to the company, that was the launch of my business and my future. And I was there for the very baby steps of everything. So with that, thank you for everything you do, Coach. I absolutely love it.
Tracy, thank you too, man. And we are going to have a call together tomorrow. Not everybody is participating in the Utah, going out to Utah. It's okay. Like, they might have different times they're doing it. So reach out to your upline, reach out to the people that's in your business. But if you're going to Utah, maybe raise your hand if you want to, or put it in the chat. If you're going out, we're going to have a call for you tomorrow, but we've already got your name. So if you hadn't submitted your name to Andrea, this is why we wanted you to do that, so that we could reach back out to you, put a call together, kind of give you an agenda of what it's going to be, dress attire, so you'd know ahead of time the weather and things like that. So we're going to have an awesome time together. And again, if you don't know about it, just reach out to your upline, because I'm sure they've already got a trip probably scheduled up there, or they're getting one together. But guys, we're here to serve you. We feel the partnership, the friendship, the family atmosphere, and we're not here just for a moment of time. We're here as long as the good Lord is putting oxygen in my lungs to breathe. Okay, we're here to help people help themselves. Okay, have a great Tuesday. We'll see you back. Love you guys.
Bye, everybody. Have a good day.
Thank you, gentlemen. Great job.
Thank you. Thanks, Andrea.
Thank you.